Hey everybody, so it's been a long time since y'all seen me on here. I'm currently uploading two videos for YouTube. This will be the first one. The second one will come in a couple of days because I am not through with certain peoples and I need an update on certain things with certain peoples. And when I want to put it out there that I'm so glad I got some of the friends that really is down for me, that loves me, that respects me, and is truly backing me up here. I have never met somebody in my life who never ever wanted to give me any more respect or love than this person right here. I'm truly grateful for this person. Like I never seen somebody who go all out for me the way this person did. The respect and the love that this woman has for me is top notch. And then I find out more women felt the same way about me. Now, I get a little bit here and there throughout my city of people really supporting me and really do show love to me. They never make me feel down or they never made me feel any negative way. That's why I always love them. And one of my girls truly is Jasmine. I love her down. She is my homegirl to the fullest. And when I say the love is fucking real, because the stuff she tells me, she don't sugarcoat nothing. But let's get down to this story. And y'all let me know how y'all feel about this shit. Y'all let me know if this is creepy to you, this is messed up, or any other way. Now, I'm gonna have to make this a little PG-13. I'm trying not to curse. I'm trying. I'm not gonna say I'm not. I say I'm trying not to. Okay, I'm gonna do my best to keep it clean because YouTube is the only sensitive ass, place where you can't really speak how you feel. So I had a little boyfriend problem over the weekend. When I said this weekend was the worst weekend of my life, I recently broke up with a boyfriend. I was dating for, a little while and we was kicking it. When I said this is the first guy I ever dated that really got along with me, and he was black. This is my first real black boyfriend that I got along with that started out as friends with me, and we kick it so well every day, hung out, and we was just sitting here smoking and chilling and doing whatever. And this guy, I love his personality. And mind you, I really don't have nothing bad to say about him. Um, so let's differentiate what he likes to do versus who he is. Just because you like to hang in the streets and you like to hang with your boys and you choose your friends over your girlfriend does not make you a bad person. Yeah, it's fucked up. Like, it's really messed up. No man should ever choose their best friends or choose friends, period, whether you're close with them or not, over your girl. And it doesn't matter how long you've been friends with them for or how long you've been with the girl for. It's the fact that you're dating somebody now, so you should be more into her than your boys. You should be concentrating on your dating life with this woman, your relationship, and how to build things with her. And we was in the beginning of the building phase. And I met him about 2 weeks, like close to 2 weeks before my birthday. And I always seen him in front of my building. Every time I ended up my house to go to work, I always see him with his friends. And so a couple of days before my birthday, I was going shopping and I came home and I bumped into him. And I saw him when I finally got my hair done and he finally spoke to me. So this is how we started seeing each other. So we both started talking, joking around, telling each other how we really feel about each other. And we were speaking in codes before we actually said the real thing, like the real words. So fast forward to this month, we had Lambert Day. It was like a block party slash cookout. It was a memorial cookout at that because my neighbor's mom passed and I was out there. So I wanted him to spend time with me out there, but unfortunately he started acting funny. So Now that we're into this dating phase and we're getting to know each other, we enjoy each other's company, things starting to change. Things starting to look a little different. And we had a conversation one night at my house about who he is, what he's like, what he was like growing up, and who his friends are. And I told him that I noticed that you're outside a lot, with the whole drinking and smoking and thing, and you hanging around certain people that's not good company. And I say this because I was concerned about him, because he don't know these peoples the way I know them. I grew up with these peoples. He didn't. I don't know how long they knew each other for, but it wasn't long, because if he really knew the guy that he was hanging out with, you wouldn't be hanging out with him as much as you would. So I felt like I wanted to give him a heads up. I felt like I had to give him a heads up and like, okay, you need to use your discernment. So it's this other guy, older. I don't know how old he is. I say he's maybe between his 40s and 50s. But this guy watched me grow up. And he's been living around my way for quite some time until he fell off. I'm talking about he lost everything. So he's homeless, and a lot of people started to, like him a little more, because you know how when you fall from grace, you become a little more humble, but you still being an asshole, you still have a mean streak on you. Yeah, that's him. So he's going through a hard life right now. Karma's kicking his ass up and down these streets of New York, and his reaction to it all is being negative. Like everything that comes out his mouth is never ever positive. It's always something negative. So one day he approached me and we had a whole conversation, and he was like, I don't know if you even remember me or do you even know my name? Because all I kept saying to him was hi and bye whenever I see him walking down the street. And whenever I come home, I say hi and bye, whatever. So he tells me, oh, there's something I want to tell you, but I don't want you to get offended. When I first started seeing you and I started saying hello to you, you probably didn't notice me. And if you did, you really didn't want to say hi. So I thought you was conceited. I'm like, conceited? How the fuck am I conceited if I never saw you? Mind you, I don't pay attention to anybody out in the streets. I only pay attention to some people that talk to me, because I'm the type of person that don't speak unless you're spoken to. Okay, if I wasn't spoken to, I'm not going to speak. So if you see me across the street or down the street and you sitting there looking at me, and you do this all the time whenever you see me, instead of coming up to me, that does not make me conceited. So I had to correct him on that shit. Then he tries to justify what he just said and by saying other shit too. And then he thought it was cute. So one thing about him that I noticed, that he feel like he's well within his rights to say something foul to you because his feelings is valid. I'm like, that, as far as that, no, your feelings is not valid. A girl is not conceited whatsoever because she don't say hi to you, especially if she doesn't notice you. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people out here don't do this shit on purpose. We really do be going about our day, and then it's the whole resting bitch face. A lot of people know I don't smile when I walk down the street. I have no reason to smile. He's about, yeah, you got a reason to smile. It's life. Why y'all always do that? Like, seriously, I don't understand why y'all always try to do that to me, which is so fucking annoying. Because I'm living life, and because I have a life, and God gave me life, I'm supposed to just smile like a dumbass every fucking day. Like, I'm just smiling, looking mad weird. Imagine you walking down the street every day with a big ass smile on your face for no fucking reason. Nobody's telling you nothing funny. Nothing good could be happening to you. You just going about your fucking day. Just regular smuggler type shit. So I'm looking at him weird, because I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, what? I was like, first of all, why are you even coming up to me? Why are you coming up to me trying to have a conversation with me? Then come to find out, as the days go by, he starts to do this more and more. And I start to notice, okay, maybe you like me. Then he finally told me the truth. He likes me. And he just wished I was a little more easygoing, like easier to talk to, easier to approach. I was like, I happen to like how I look when I walk down the street, because it gives y'all the messages to not fuck with me. I am not the person to be played with. Because apparently you think women like me that's younger than y'all. It can be manipulated, easy to get to, and think we're supposed to just satisfy your needs or just oblige you with whatever you want us to do. Wrong girl, wrong time. I'm a grown ass woman. And then two, he really thought I was in my 20s, so he thought he could talk to me like he talked to these young little 20-year-olds that he could manipulate and run game on. When he saw that wasn't the case, his whole demeanor switched up, attitude switched up. He started talking to me like he got some common sense. And then a couple of days ago, we was hanging out. It was raining outside, so we was in the building, and he was talking to me. So we come upstairs, and we was just sitting here talking. He was drinking his alcohol because I don't get tipsy like that no more. I'm not a drinker. So I'm sitting here looking at him and listening to everything he's saying out of his mouth while he was drinking. So he's 2 bottles in. This nigga sat here and drank 2 vodka bottles in front of me. And all of a sudden, the floodgates started coming out full of words. Started telling me how he really felt about me, how he felt about the guy I dated. Mind you, this guy I'm dating is his best friend. So I'm sitting here listening to him see if he'll dig a hole for himself. And he sure did. So my issue with my ex-boyfriend now, because now he's my ex, why the fuck you trust a nigga like him and call yourself a friend of him? You calling him your friend, but he's over here talking mad shit about you. Trying to get me to break up with you. He's trying to get me to be turned off by you because he see how much I was crazy about him, that I like him. And then the moment I said I was not breaking up with him for nobody, he got really, really upset. So he spent the last hour talking hella shit about this man. So when I gave him the list of reasons why I chose my boyfriend at the time over this nigga, he's looking like, okay, whatever. So I'm like, see, that's the problem with men like you. You can't stand when somebody younger than you snatch up an older woman, because I'm older than him. This man is 33, I'm 40, and he didn't understand why I chose him to be my man rather than him, the older. I was there, first of all, it's not even about age. It's about maturity and the way you carry yourself. It's about the respect you give yourself as well as the women. If you could sit here and talk to a woman like you got some common sense and you could represent yourself and your family in the most honorable way, that should be the fastest way for me to talk to you. And that's only me talking to you. But to get me, you have to have every box checked on my list. And I felt like this was the bare minimum because normally my bar would be raised like, you got to have this, you got to have that, you got to be this. And it would sound so unrealistic. But the first stages of getting with a person is catching their attention by stimulating their mind. He did that. And I like him more being drunk, if that makes sense, than being sober. And he was right about one thing. When he's sober, he is not he's not playful. He don't talk much. He's very quiet. He's very shy. But when he's drunk, he's very loose and he says how he feels, and I like that. And the only reason why I like that is because this man is not degrading. He's not disrespectful. This is the first black man I ever met that gets drunk on a daily basis and never ever disrespects a woman. Never talks shit out of his mouth. Never disrespect anybody for that matter. He's not the violent, disrespectful drunk. He's the playful drunk. And from that day forward, I said I wanted to hang out with this man. And I don't regret it. Even now that we're broken up, I don't regret anything about this man. I don't have nothing bad to say about this man. This man had his head on right, okay? And he's stable, and he's emotionally stable and equipped, and everything about him just screams, I need to date this man. Because he was similar to me in a way that when we get our emotions involved, we have to check ourselves first. And we have to see if we could deal with certain things and certain peoples. And then it's the fact of understanding the other person's heart and what they're desiring. We don't want to shut nobody down. And we feel like if things is too much, then we'll talk to you about it. But so far, he didn't show me that anything was too much. So that's why I say yes to dating him. And somehow this man, the jealous one, the one that watched me grow up, couldn't handle that. So what he's trying to do, he tries to get involved. He tries to disturb my relationship with this man. So he goes and tries to hit on me, not once, but several times within the last couple of weeks. He went from groping me to kiss me on my cheek to even saying a lot of provocative stuff to get my attention. And I laughed about it because I thought it was just so fucking ridiculous and sad, because you have nothing else going on in this world for you, but you want to sit here and think you can snatch somebody up like me. And I told him, sometimes you need to understand what no means no and learn your limits. Know your fucking limits. This nigga was batting like foot, batting 3,000 with this motherfucker. He was batting for the hills. Like, this nigga was really thought he was gonna get far with me. And one, and I remember, like, this was yesterday, a couple of days ago. Like, oh my god, this man, he goes and tries to come on to me. He comes on to me. Like I say, it was always the flirting, but this time he was trying to sleep with me. And instead of thinking about my man, his best friend, he just thought about his hormones. And then the funny thing is, he goes and tells my boyfriend that he clapped that the next day. After we had a whole conversation that night. No touching, no foul play. But he sat there and told him that he slept with me. So one night I was coming outside and I was like, I need some air, but I wanted to go to the store. At the same time, I need something from the store. So I asked him to come with me, my boyfriend. And I told him that I wanted to chill with him for a little bit just to talk to him because I was bored. So when we was coming back, we was smoking, and he was telling me that this man told him that he clapped me the other night. And I started laughing. I was like, what? Come again? He was like, yeah. He was like, how you feel about that when he said that? Is it true? I was like, no, it's not true. Looked him dead in his face. Never broke eye contact for like 10 minutes with him. And I told him, this man has been waiting for me since the moment he first saw me talking to you. And I don't know how you feel about this, but I suggest you leave him the fuck alone like I am, because I can't deal with nobody like that. Somebody who's willing to take it so far as to break up your relationship with your girl should not be your best friend. You cannot trust nobody like that who is having it out for you. He had it out for him, because the moment he saw that I choose my boyfriend over him was the day he knew he had to fuck it up. And every day I think about it and it makes me so upset, and I shake my head, because at the end of the day, he really believed him. So he started acting funny towards me. We go from having conversations all day, every day, to not having conversations at all. And now we was at the point where we're sitting in the same room and we won't say nothing. So the argument with me and him started off with that. And I asked him what was the problem, what's going on with him. So instead of him telling me the truth, he goes and tells me some other shit, trying to throw me off. And I already put two and two together. So I'm sitting here thinking my next move, and I'm like, it's done and over with. I already lost him. So it's like, no matter how far into the relationship you are with this man, that man's going to always have his friends back over yours. He's going to always defend him before he defends his relationship with yours. Whether or not anything a person say out their mouth is the truth, your boyfriend should always fucking have your back and defend your relationship with him. Not believe in the friend over the girlfriend. And then, if y'all was to see how this guy look and know a lot of shit about him, know even a little bit about him, look at me and look at him. You tell me what's wrong with that. And you tell me if you think I would get with something like that. My standards is way too high to be dealing with somebody that low life. And then on top of that, he tried to call himself a friend of mine. Sweetie, we never been friends. Never been friends. Just because you watched me grow up, because we lived in the same neighborhood, doesn't mean we was friends. I never been friends with anybody that was old enough to be my father all my fucking life. Everybody always been nice to me, generous with me, but we never been friends. Around my area, I only had a very small group of friends. And that was the only people that I trusted until they moved out of New York. After that, it was no more friends. And then one of my neighbors became like an auntie to me, so we got close. And she was the only one that really did love me and have my back. Never ever let me down. So with everybody else, I felt like I didn't need it in my life anymore. But the moral of the story is, y'all, if a man chooses the streets over you, let him choose the streets. Because in his mind, they always win. Never mind about your relationship with him. Whether you've been with him 2 or 3 weeks or 4 or 5 years, they're going to always choose the streets. And if your boyfriend has the audacity to glorify himself as a street nigga, you already know where he's at. You don't need him. You really don't. Save yourself the headache, the heartache, and pain, and just keep it moving. Find yourself a real person, a real man that doesn't consider himself a street nigga. Because for some reason, these YNs really fucking think it's really cute and it's a whole flex to be calling themselves a street dude.